What's up, everyone? Let's let a couple people get on before we get going here. Sorry. Just making sure we're live. I always have to verify. And cool. So we'll wait for some people to get on. We haven't been on for a few weeks now. Last time we were in the UK, doing some business stuff over there. And back, obviously, in the home office. So we'll see who actually joins tonight and gets in on the conversation. And what's up, dude? Hope the car is doing well. And yeah, we'll see who joins tonight. Hopefully, Andy will come in. We got Daddy. Hopefully, we got Mark. A couple other people, maybe some new people. I've got tons to talk about, but I'm going to wait for more people to get on, obviously, because we've got a lot of things to go over. Some Black Friday stuff. Things happening this month. Specials we're running. A lot of cool stuff's going on. And but I want to wait for more people to get on so we can go over some of the stuff. So, check out the new wedding ring. Yep. That was part of the reason we were in the UK, renewing our vows for the wedding. So got remarried in the UK. So yeah, we'll see who gets on. Obviously, we're here to talk parts, builds, Hondas. None of that Subaru stuff. You can leave now if you're a Subaru owner. Sorry. I've been one a long, long time ago. But yeah, talk about the industry, talk about what's going on, sales, everything. So let's see if people get on. I know we haven't been on for a little while now, so some people might be a little rusty with clicking on the live button here, but we'll see. So we'll give it a minute, and if you want, leave a comment in the comment section, ask a question. That's what we do every week, chat with each other, and get involved, and we'll see who joins tonight. Appreciate you guys checking out the channel. If you can, if you're new, check out the other videos. We do a lot of stuff, look over parts, and try to get info out there. Obviously, most of the stuff we've tested on our own Civics or Acuras, and or with some of our sponsored customers, and just trying to help the community. So yeah, we'll see who gets in tonight. We got about 4 online right now, 5. So hopefully some people can start chiming in. And back to Mondays with Mike. I think we'll see. I talked about doing this once every 2 weeks now. We might do this every week again for a little bit since it's been a while. I took a break, obviously, because we've been out of the country for a few weeks, and I also wanted to kind of let some fresh topics kind of come up, make it a little bit more enjoyable. That's why I kind of was thinking about moving it to every 2 weeks, so there'd be a little bit more for everyone to talk about. It wasn't an ongoing thing of getting on every single week. But you guys let me know what you want to do. If you want me to come on next week, I will. Um, so yeah. So yeah, just here at the home office. Good to be back in the States, obviously. And everyone running the business, all our guys that work in our warehouse and help with shipping while we're gone. You know, I still do a lot of the orders and that and run the business while I'm gone, obviously, but we have a lot of other people that are behind the scenes that work for us. Um, couple people part-time and a couple people full-time. So thanks to them for letting me actually get somewhat of a vacation away from the business, even though, you know, every day I'm working, so it doesn't matter, but at least I felt like I had a break, which was much needed, especially before this, crazy Black Friday episode we go into, and obviously, we got the election going on and stuff, so November's just gonna be nuts all around. But yeah, just wanna say, some words about, our Florida customers. guys, hunker down. This looks like it's gonna be pretty nasty. So, um, you know, take care of your family, your friends, your car. I just have a feeling about this one is gonna be a little bit different than some of the others. So, hopefully I'm wrong, but you guys are pretty used to going through hurricanes, but um, hopefully it's not a bad one. All right. Well, now that we got a couple people in, hopefully a couple people can chime in the comments, and we'll see. I'm gonna message a couple people to see if they can come hang out and chat with us, and yeah, we'll see who we get on the YouTube tonight. Oh, cool. Well, it's always nice to get new parts installed. I honestly have not touched a car. Well, I touched our Honda Passport a little bit, done some stuff, but I have not wrenched for quite a while this year. So I feel a little rusty. Worked on a customer's car about a couple months ago. Someone was asking for something. I said, "Yeah, I can do it. I have some extra time." So normally we don't work on customers' cars, just our own. I really just don't have the time to do it, and I'm not going to hire a mechanic to do stuff. So more just parts warehouse and that kind of stuff. Yo, I figured you'd get on. I figured I have to message you because we haven't been on for a couple weeks. So wanted you to get on here and hopefully update, one on your build because I know you're getting close to down some numbers and see what's going on with Andy's car. So hopefully we'll get some more people joining. Obviously, I'm not expecting a ton to get in this week because we've been off the grid for a little bit here. So yeah, I figure YouTube they aren't paying us. I tried again. They said there's something still wrong with the channel that won't allow me to monetize it. Um, I haven't been on for a few weeks, so I'm assuming they put us kinda to the back of the queue, and our videos just probably aren't getting out there as much, but I got some good content coming soon. Obviously, it sucks with our car still in Arizona, I can't really do much. Um, but hopefully I can get some videos coming. I've got some stuff to go over today. I'm just trying to wait for more people to get in and get on here. Obviously, I'll grab it now while you guys are in here. The golden ticket. We did it last year, Wonkatober. What I call it, Wonkatober. Um, we basically hide 6 of these in random orders throughout the month of October. We're good for 50 bucks off our website, up to $200 off. So search for your box. You might have one. It's kind of a fun thing to do. Um, it'll have the code on the back of the ticket with your discount code, basically. So good luck to anyone who buys. Uh, we're also doing for the month a North Carolina relief thing. I'm going to do proceeds of all the orders from the month and basically a percentage of the all the orders. I'm going to go basically to local stores around here and buy up a bunch of stuff that people need and drop them off for all the victims in Asheville. So we're a North Carolina business. I feel it's our duty to kind of help out. I'd like to grab some of the money from some of the orders, profit, obviously, and donate it. So that's what we're gonna do. So I think I'm gonna probably go get a bunch of stuff this week because I'd rather get stuff out sooner, wait till the very end of October and donate one big thing and people I just worry about it going elsewhere and not to the people that are in need. So I've got a couple of churches local that I trust and City of New Bern's doing something, so drop off with them, we'll video it. I just like to be transparent when you guys are ordering that money actually is going to relief stuff, so, we're gonna donate some stuff. I don't know how much it'll be based off basically the orders that come in, so, but I'm gonna probably do some this week and just kinda guesstimate how the month's kinda going, and do that one to get an initial hit of good amount out this week because people need stuff now. So, and then at the end of the month, we can make up whatever extra order-wise or whatever. So, um, yeah. So prayers to everyone out there in North Carolina and Blue Ridge. Just kind of tragic what's going on. So, pretty sad that our government spent their money and gave it to other portions and didn't keep it for American citizens. So, I'll just say that and leave it at that. Anyways, if you guys have questions on parts, let me know. Um, I'm trying to think. The only thing that I know that's coming out soon is the Acuity shifter for the 11th Gen Civic and Integra Type R. No idea. I wrote to Acuity. Hopefully, we'll get an idea. I'm assuming it'll be out by the end of this month. That's just me guesstimating. I wouldn't think they would launch a product in November because it's already crazy, and then to launch a complete new product would be a little crazy for a company to do, to be quite honest, considering the sales are just insane in November. But we're trying to bump the sales, obviously, for November, early November, October, because they kind of die off. A lot of people want to wait to see all these crazy deals, which really aren't anything that we can't do right now. So if you do need a discount, we're willing to do that now for Black Friday on certain items, not everything. Because I pretty much know most of the discounts that are going to be handed out by some companies, and they're pretty much the same every year. I mean, they don't really change. If you can do a bundle deal, that's the best thing, and it just helps kind of ease. The other thing about ordering now versus off November is stuff is in stock. There's a lot of things low in stock right now across the board. So I would definitely say getting orders in October, early November is probably a better bet to get stuff rather than waiting to Black Friday. So supply chain is pretty much maxed. All right, well, let's check in with Andy. He's on E50 on DI, only fuel system hitting mid-30s to low 40 PSI on the new turbo. So this thing is going to make about 600 wheels, only because I know the size of turbo and the PSI, what it'll probably make on that car. So, man, this is going to get exciting, Andy. I'm super pumped for it. Make sure, guys, to hit the thumbs up button. It definitely lets our channel be known since we've been gone off the air in the grid for a little bit. I did one live from the UK, and it kinda came through, but it was a weird time, so I don't think a lot of people got on. I would love to do more stuff live in other countries for you to show you guys some cool stuff, but sometimes the internet is not the best for us. So what's up, Mike? I'm enjoying some vino tonight. It's been a rough Monday. Sales have been really weird over the past couple months, very just we had the best August ever, and then September hits, and it's just like it's just the type of stuff people are ordering in that, and it's just all over the place, and it's amazing how, like, the months just change drastically. Um, and then October, I think a lot of people just, go back to school, college, whatever, um, and a lot of people wait for Black Friday. So, um, like I said, most Black Friday deals, I'll tell you right now, 10% off, that's the max you're getting from any company. There's one company doing 11% off. We won't release what companies are doing it until we're allowed to, basically the dates we've been given, which I'm pretty sure it's like mid-November, some of them start. Um, with that being said, uh, it should be a pretty good November, I think. So we'll see. Hopefully, I have some updates with our Civic, our 11th gen here. Sorry it's taking so long. I had people hitting me up online like, "What's going on with your car?" Stuff just takes time. There's stuff out of stock. I can't rush things getting in, and the company that does the work for us, they're just super backed up with other builds, so, you know, they'll get to it when they can. We can definitely do a Black Friday deal on turbo, just like I say, PM me whatever turbo you want. I'm willing to do deals on it depending on the company. Obviously, I gotta say that because, I can get in trouble with manufacturers. Don't want me giving away stuff and codes, but yeah, I mean, if you're willing to buy ahead of time and you don't wanna buy during Black Friday when every company sells out and then they just take the money and hold it, till it ships a month later. Yeah, let me know. Sorry, I have no water and, my throat is dry. So, yeah, I'm trying to think what else has been going on, man. Pretty much the same stuff here. Oh, cool. The hybrid racing cold air is really good for the 8th gen. Probably one of my favorite ones. If Acuity had made a cold air for the 8th gen, it would have been my favorite. Hybrid would probably be my first, then skunk. Yeah, we're all waiting on that shifter, man. I mean, I don't know when it's coming out, but hopefully the end of October. I mean, I'm just going off of what I talked to Acuity a couple months about. They said end of summer, which would mean right now, and, still not out. So, I can't see them waiting till December to do this. Obviously, they put in a lot of work on it. You would think they would want their money coming in as soon as possible, but I don't think they would launch it in November. So we'll see, man. You know where to get it from. Hopefully, a lot of people buy their Acuities from us. We're the only company that's actually installed an Acuity on 11th gen. I really would appreciate people, thinking of companies out there that actually have put in some work and actually, made some parts work than rather just bolt on some simple crap onto their car and label themselves as a professional, you know, company selling parts. Just amazing to me, like, looking around, I'm not naming any companies, but the amount of companies out there, um, that sell parts that are competition to us that literally bolt on a couple parts and call it a build. I'm just like, "You have never built something in your life if you're just putting on bolt-on parts 'cause it's not a build." It's just simple products that are meant to go on the car. I mean, you're actually doing like, when you get into stuff that Andy Klein's done, and you're doing stuff outside the box, doing custom welding, doing custom parts, that is a build. Um, it's one-off things, you know? Mm. I'm all about bolt-on parts, I get it, but at the same time, like, I love thinking outside the box with some of our builds. That's why, some of the stuff we've done in the past, like, it's just silly to a lot of people, and they wonder why it takes long, but it's because bolt-on, you know? Stuff takes time. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Talking to, Alex the other day. He was racing a couple cars and had some really good hits, but we'll see what happens when before it gets to the track. I'm excited, man. I just hope you can get in a couple passes before it gets too cold. I don't know how the weather is up there. Yeah, we'll see if Mark Outram comes in here tonight. Oh, cool. Well, that'd be cool. I know it's funny, when I gave the intercooler from our 11th gen, I can't even remember the size that it was, but it's a massive one, but I think it's sized perfectly for the horsepower we're going off, and the shop that does my welding, they're like, "You're gonna run this big of an intercooler?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's not much bigger than basically the standard Type R one that's even comes, like, with the aftermarket," and, it's just, some of these intercoolers look massive because 'cause they're super thick. They're also not as tall, like, as some of the old 24-inch, intercoolers that were on the market back in the day. Well, that's cool, man. I think we'll see some good times, I hope. I'm excited. Fingers crossed. I know you got it in you. It's just, a lot of people don't understand when you do that many mods at one time, there's little things that come into play when you get to the track, you get a weed out. It might not be the first pass, second, third, fourth, it could be the 10th pass, but at least you're doing stuff to try and push the envelope on this car, so yeah, the port match on an 8th gen, I mean, it's gonna probably give you 5 to 7 wheel horsepower, maybe, and that's with the throttle body. Um, I mean, it does help definitely, especially when you start adding higher compression and cams on that engine, it'll definitely help. But yeah, I mean, if you've got a J35 throttle body or a J37 on there, and it's not port matched, it'll hurt a little bit. Obviously, the transmission is gonna but yeah, I was noticing on our website, man, we have got so many people that are on our website over the past week or so, and it's so funny watching the kind of rates at how people go on the site, put in stuff in cars and don't buy it, you know? It's been insane. I've never seen this many people on the website before. Obviously, the sales are whatever for this month. October and September just they're always just off from the rest of the year, and so is December usually. I mean, those 3 months typically are just not the best months at all. But we'll see, we're already definitely doing better than last year's October sales, which is always a good thing, and I beat September from last year, so that's always a good thing, so but yeah, if you guys have questions, just shoot them in here. I think there's like 7, 8 people in here, so even if you're just in here, say hello, you know, post a question, I don't care. Give us something to talk about, make some friends. I mean, you could always send your manifold to Andy, maybe he'll do it for some cash. So, always trying to get Andy business, he's a good dude. But yeah, we're back Mondays with Mike. It's good to be back. I just, hopefully more and more people figure out we're back on now and come in and ask questions. If people aren't in here asking questions, it kinda sucks. Trying to think of other stuff to talk about. I mean, obviously, we got Florida with the hurricane, we got North Carolina, we covered that. Wonka golden ticket. One of these is going out this week. I just sent one out today too. So there's another one headed out this week. We typically just, space them out through the entire month. That way it's fair. Doesn't matter what size of order you order, it's just throw them in there, hit or miss whenever people order. So, yeah, it's a fun month. I love doing the Wonka golden ticket. I thought it was a cool idea. I figured it out during, kinda at the end of COVID, I thought about it, and because we give candy out with a lot of orders, I thought, "Wow, well, that's cool. It's Halloween time, like, what a cool time to get something candy-wise, but not candy." So oh, that's right, you did get one. Yeah, there's a couple people that got them and never used the codes. It's crazy, but yeah, a ported intake manifold will make a difference on a 2.0. I think Andy did one, and I can't remember if it was like 10 to 15 wheel horsepower or something like that. I know certain tuners poo-poo it, and they say it doesn't make any power. It does make power. Port matching anything and making an engine run efficiently is always gonna make power. Some tuners just are kinda lazy and just wanna do copy paste tunes, and, they have good information. but I don't think necessarily they're getting some of the information out there. Is it gonna be a ton of horsepower? Yes and no, depending on what you're doing. Ported manifold on the car does help. So, yeah, Andy ran one, and I think Mark outran ran his. It's good gains. Like, some tuners don't want to tune for it, you know? So, they're just gonna be like, "Oh, you don't need that. Stick with what you got." I've got the copy paste tune ready to go. Send me, 5, 600 bucks. It's pretty crazy. I mean, I'm not talking down some of the e-tuners online. I think some of them do fantastic work, but a lot of the tuners, in my personal opinion, some of them have gotten a little comfortable with making a ton of money, and I feel like it's probably pretty easy to just do a cut paste tune for most people, and just a couple things, and probably spend maybe an hour most on it and make $500 profit. So, I think a full custom tune is the way to go. Always said that. These copy paste tunes are yeah, they make power, but I think they're also a sales gimmick at the same time. Um, you know, so at the same time, I'm kind of talking bad about tuning, but at the same time, I'm telling people to get a custom tune. So yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm talking. Yeah, I mean, the other thing is, I definitely think catch cans aren't necessarily needed, but really, who wants that stuff going back into their intake manifold? I mean, seriously. I don't know if just certain people online are saying it because they don't want the EPA cracking down on them. I don't know. Um, but I am always been a fan of a catch can because I've seen what comes out of that thing, and, you know, I just think it's yeah, you're not gonna gain horsepower from it, but, Oh, can tunes, yeah. Yep. Well, that's why we made ours, Andy, for the 11th gen, and yet I still nobody's bought one, which is blowing my mind because they want these Chinese rip-offs, um, that a couple companies make and, oh, well, yeah, I it just let's get on to let's talk about these copy paste I'm gonna call them copy paste tunes because that's what they are, they're copy paste. It's basically an advertisement to give away to entice people to buy a K-tuner unit, that's what it is. Now, does it make power? Yes, it's gonna make more power than the very soft stage 2 tune from K-tuner, of course. Um, but the fact is you will never make more power with one of those over a custom tune. There's just no way, and the more you look at it, it's really a sales gimmick. I mean, that's all it really comes down to be quite honest, and I'm not naming any people out there. I did kinda get into it the other week. I'm not sure I think I talked to Andy about it. I don't really wanna get onto it too much here. I've gotta be careful what I say. Obviously, this is a big industry, and there's a lot of people that have a lot of money, more than me, and a lot of big companies that all scratch each other's backs, and a lot of private equity money floating around, and, so I gotta be careful what I said, but I made a comment about a certain company that I don't sell online, and the guy one of the customers asked he was wanting a turbo, and I recommended RV6, and he said, "Well, why don't you sell to some other companies?" And I said, "Well, I just don't choose to, and I don't think I ever will." Now, the reason I won't is because the company I had to interview to even have a chance to sell their products. Um, and that was just kind of weird in the first place. And then talking to the guy, I just didn't, I've never really got a good feel of this company, but I've had a lot of people question me online and asking for their products, which some are cool, some I don't care for. And I said, you know what? I might as well reach out and see if there's an opportunity. I'm always willing to support companies out there. And it just was like, well, we're not ready, even though we sell to your two biggest competitors directly. We're not ready to bring you on, and I don't know when, but we'll contact you whenever. And it's been, a year and a half maybe since I had that conversation. Nothing. Um, and I've kind of just left it as, you know what, like you're going to take two companies that have literally been in business for maybe 3 to 5 years. They might have been in the industry, I don't care, but they've literally been in business 3 to 5 years. I've been in business since '09. We have a really good reputation online. Get a lot of good customer advice. I've done one-off builds that nobody's ever done in the world, which is, a J series swap 9th gen, an L15 B7 GK5, the world's first ever. Thought about that in 2016 and actually had the engine in there in a few months after the car even came out. Um, we modified our 11th gen 3 years ago, fully maxed, Um, so, I mean, we have a good following, and the company just didn't wanna do anything with us. So, he got into it with me in one of the groups, and I specifically said, "Look, like, I'm not trying to start shit, but, like, if you wanna message me outside of here, don't air the dirty laundry, like, message me," and I still have yet to hear from him. So, it just kinda shows you the ego that they have. So, yeah, like I said, there's a couple parts I totally think are cool. They think outside the box in some areas. Some parts are just not my cup of tea. Um, I'm always gonna support PRL. I even sell my own parts, and I still promote PRL, because PRL is a fantastic company in some ways, and their parts are amazing. Um, so, I'm always gonna support companies that bring out good quality parts, but I can't support people that have you know, an owner that is like that, and I don't even know where that comes from. So, sorry to rant, I knew I would get onto this topic today. That's why I said I love RB6. Rich is such a cool dude, he thinks outside the box, he's got some great parts, you know, USA made. So, I also just don't like the attitude of the other company. I don't know if some of you I'm not gonna mention on here because I know you all know who I'm talking about. Um, but it's some of the ads that they have, and it's just very egotistical. I don't know. A lot of you know I'm very humble about, like, work and the stuff, and, I just find it so hard to deal with some of these people. It's kinda why I started my own business because 'cause I'm so tired of, like, the political business, you scratch my back and I scratch yours bullshit that goes on. But yeah, there you go. Airing some laundry on a Monday, why not? I'm never gonna get a message from them anyways because they don't wanna get into it, that's the problem. Like I said, I think our business really irritates a lot of companies out there. Um, I'll have to say for the fact that I don't spend thousands a month on advertising, and, that really comes down to it. My business is built solely off customer service and knowing product. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. And a lot of these other companies aren't. They're just pumping money into advertising, and, I can only compete so far with some of them. Manolito is really quick with tunes. Just talk to Andy about it. He'll get you all the info. Yeah, I'm waiting for a call for them wanting to buy the business. I'm waiting for some company to reach out to me one day and be like, "You know what? You're a little too big. We need you squashed, so we want you to sell." I'm sure it'll come one day. I don't know. We do fairly well. I still want to keep growing as a company. Obviously, I think we have room to build. Um, as all our repertoire grows online and we grow our website, we're slowly adding more and more parts all the time. Like I said, our website is custom made. It's not just this copy paste website where you basically just get this Excel spreadsheet and copy and paste it into your site and it populates the whole website itself. Ours is literally one part at a time. We put it in. Um, my team that is used for building the website and writes every single description from what the manufacturer says, because a lot of this stuff is either made in Japan or other places, and it's not really good at describing certain things. And obviously, a lot of parts, like, fit cars that it's not really made for, but we know because we've actually done things that some companies don't. So, we put a lot of time into the website, and it doesn't have certain things, but, we can always add stuff. Do, 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 do. Yeah, Manolito's pretty good. I mean, 4 to 5 revisions is good. I know when I was tuning with Derek, we would pretty much get it done about 5 to 8 would be the magic number with Derek. Um, it necessarily wouldn't be from completely a turbo swap from basically a stock turbo, so I don't know where he's at now, but, typically, it would be about 8 revisions with Derek, I would think. But, yeah, if you guys are in the group, go ahead and ask a question. We're probably gonna only be on here for another, like, 10 minutes or so. Oh, wow, 30. Well, you had a lot of stuff done to the car too, so I understand the revisions. That's a lot, though. Holy moly. So, I'll tell you the reason with parts being made in China, and it's nothing to do with China because China's really upped their game a lot. The problem with China, and it's always been the problem, is unless you have a factory there that maintains quality control and watches everything that comes out and checks everything, there's a lot of parts that can get fucked up, welded wrong, just not done wrong at the manufacturer in China. That's mainly the problem with China. It's not the fact that it's actually made in China, it's the fact that quality control sucks. And a lot of times they copy shit and they copy it wrong. Um, look, a ton of most of the parts in the aftermarket industry are made in Taiwan. That is not China though. That is Taiwan. Um, which is great. Most of all the coilovers that you have on the market all come from Taiwan. Um, but then you have a lot of stuff that probably comes from Shanghai in China. But yeah, the quality control is the main thing you need to watch. Awesome, dude. Oh my god, I gotta talk about this topic. You guys will love this. The Wilwick brakes, to me, I had someone talk shit the other day. Okay, let me get into this. You better do thumbs up for this because this is a good. Okay, FYI, I don't make Wilwood brakes. Wilwood make Wilwood brakes. However, I get in business with Fast Breaks to do custom kits. Okay. I had someone horribly go online. He bought a kit used from a customer. I sold an 11.6 kit for a 19 Civic. Somehow the bracket for the brakes was wrong. I don't know. I don't think he knew how to install the kit. Regardless, whatever happened, we sent him another bracket, even though he didn't even buy from us. So then today he messages my customer as he puts the wheels on, they touch the caliper, and it's our fault because the brakes weren't made properly. Dude, you bought shitty China-made wheels. and there's not the proper back spacing for the Willwood kit. So, the problem is not the brakes, it's you being cheap buying cheap wheels, FYI. But I feel bad for the guy that he bought them from because he's just writing his ass about this part being wrong when it's not. It's the wheels you chose were wrong, and he's bummed because he has to run a 5 millimeter spacer, which is not really that big of a deal. Um, but man, the Willwood brake kit, I'm telling you, I rode this kit on our 9th gen. I made this kit with fast brakes pretty much 12 years ago, and it was a simple kit than what it is now. And I talked to Fast Breaks and I said, "Look, I want this kit done this way, this way for these 3 cars. I want it for the 10th gen, the 11th gen, and the Accord. I want it two-piece hub. I want it as light as possible, but I want the braking to be better than factory using these parts." So that's what we came up with. Um, the guy talked crap online that I put my name on the product when I had it made by Fast Breaks. Hello, dude. You know how many companies actually buy things from people that make parts? Yeah, it's just unbelievable. I'm like, "Man." Anyways, the brake kit's pretty good, and it clears 15s. It takes 30, 35 pounds of weight, rotating mass off. It's not heavy like your stupid Brembo kit that doesn't fit properly, which is off a Hyundai Crooked H Genesis and the 27-1 kit. Sorry, but those are heavy, and I don't like them. 'Em, they're China. It's like buying the Buddy Club brakes, you know? I mean, nothing against Buddy Club. I love them, but the Willwoods are way better, and adding a bunch of rotating mass to a brake setup is just not ideal. Sorry, let's get into the 2020s, not back into 1990 here. Um, so, I think that's why I love you tune in because I give, like, solid advice, and I think that's why we've got a lot of people that love to shop with us because, I like to say it how it is when it comes to parts and not just, cookie cutter to make a sale, you know? Yeah, I mean, the Willwood stuff's great, man. I mean, I've had it on all my cars. I made the only RDX kit, the 3rd gen RDX. I made it with our car, with the Willwood kit with fast brakes. It turned out phenomenal. 14-inch rotor, 6 piston. I'm trying to get a kit made for, the passports and that, but he's gotta order some stuff. Hopefully, we can get something, um, because I love the brakes. I mean, they're fantastic. They're lightweight, they work great. I mean, what else do you want, you know? But good to know, Andy. I'm glad you like them. Obviously, a ton of rotating mass off. Yeah, and they usually don't clear any of the stuff. Like, I that was the other thing I told them. I'm like, "Dude, these have to clear factory wheels on the newer cars." Like, um, and here we are, you know? Hopefully, we can get some more orders. I got 2 orders this week for Woolwood kits, so they're about 2 weeks, 3 weeks wait. It just depends on the parts because we basically take, like, a rotor from this car, custom bracket, we take the Willwood hub from this, and yeah, it's kind of a hodgepodge kit put together, but, um, yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know if Brembo are filing Chapter 10, I'm not sure. Who knows? I mean, there's not many cars running those brakes anymore. I mean, good for them for making a brake that looks good, and, I mean, on a factory car, I mean, yeah, it brakes better, but it's not. I don't know, I see people posting these, like, Brembo swaps, and I'm like and then they add, like, 3-pound wheel spacer on each wheel, and it's like, "Dude, like, you're building a wrong setup." The proper setup does not need a spacer. Yeah. Well, the other thing that really comes to play is it's the two-piece rotor. I mean, two-piece rotor hands down gets rid of a lot of weight too, and the caliper is extremely light. Yeah, I can preach all day online in these groups, but these kids just are so Kool-Aid fed and watered down by so many companies that just are so good at just advertising parts to look cool and, you know, whatever. Yeah, wait till, you guys see my brake setup on the, 11th gen, 'cause in the rear, we're deleting the e-brake and going with a 10-inch. It's gonna delete, like, another 35, 40 pounds of weight in the rear. So, it'll be pretty cool. Like I said, I love doing some of these kinda custom one-off things, so ARP studs are the way to go, man. Yeah. Stock studs. The funny thing, Mike, I haven't even kept up with any of this Hoonigan stuff except for the clown online that was trying to school me on how great Hoonigan was and how he's built all these Hoonigan cars and the L-15 is a piece of crap, and then he quickly ducked his tail between his legs and left, so it's like I said, it's like people get part of these, like, franchisee, like, names online, and they don't really know anything, but they think because they're underneath this, like, umbrella that, like, makes them cool, um, it's like they know something, and they really don't half the time. Yeah, dude, wait till you get to the track with that thing, man. I just gotta get you more subscribers, 'cause the minute you start posting some, video clips of that thing at the track this time, it's game over for your YouTube channel. Alright, well, I think I'm getting to the end here. The wife is, probably wondering where I disappeared to. Still need our TV time for the night. So, I got a couple emails to do, some tracking, and then, hopefully we see some orders tonight, guys. I don't know, it's been a busy day with people going on the site. We just need the orders coming through, and, yeah. Yeah, Andy, keep me posted on the car. Guys, I think I'm gonna come back on next week. We've got more to talk about, obviously. Um, and, yeah, so keep you posted. Um, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you all coming in, obviously. I know it takes a lot on a Monday night, which sucks, but, you know, Monday is the only day with M in the week, and it goes with my name, so, yeah. Oh, cool. Well, you gotta let me know when you're running it because I wanna tune in and thumbs up the content. Gotta do the thumb, guys. Anyways, I'm outta here. Mondays with Mike. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next Monday, 8 o'clock Eastern. Please tune in, and, we'll talk some more trash and, get down to the nitty-gritty of parts. Hopefully, I'll have more of these going out, and, Wonkatober, guys. Don't miss out. You might get one. Probably gonna put one in a box this week, so we'll see. Alright, thanks, guys. Appreciate you, and, make sure you tag us online if you see anyone asking for parts. Alright, see ya.